Hello and welcome to Fire's Bot Setup Guide. As you can see, we have the Combat Assistant panel open. Opening your bag here really helps, and to have all your skills laid out. Many people struggle with this, but if you really think about it, it's a very simple program. Your first page here starts with your skills. Selecting skills is very important. If you use too many AoE skills, you can be overrun by mobs. So it's very important to go ahead and select just the easy, low cost skills such as single target DPS with fast cooldowns. As you can see, the cooldowns are automatically set here, and you can even enable certain buffs and such, which continue on in the next page. Okay, so you go ahead and you drop your skills right on your buttons here, and I'm just going to use these two skills for an example. On this side here, you have the monster kill settings. It's very important that you type the names of these mobs in here with capitalization. Capitalization is very important. If it cannot read the mob name, it will not attack it. You should also select only attack listed monsters. That way you don't end up wasting a lot of mana pots killing crap that don't count. Okay. Also here you can set your range. I like to keep mine right around 20 or 30 meters because once you get into a spot you won't get stuck on scenery. Okay. Now the next tab is pretty self-explanatory. Once again, you want to set your range to 20 meters to match your thing. Now, if you've got a really big open bag with lots of space in it, then you can go ahead and leave the all items on. But as you can see, I've got like a lot of trash in my bags. So I turn off the all items. I turn off the white gear and green gear as I really don't care about those. But I leave on the quest items, potions, and etc. because you're going to need lots of potions. Runes, all these other collectible items are very handy to have. Over here, you can add specific items by dropping their icon here or typing a name in and just adding them to the pickup or don't pick up list. But these settings are very user friendly if you don't have a huge box or huge bag. I'm sorry. Over here you can set your quest stuff. I will be using quest orders, bounty orders. As you can see, ogres. Select that and you're good to go. Over here you want to auto revive and auto pray. That will use your pray feature and get you any goodies that you can have. Also, as you can see, I've got a short stack of memory berries here, so I'm going to auto use my memory berries as well to increase my mana, or excuse me, my experience gain. I don't know why it's not dropping in there. Okay, well, I'll just turn it on right there like that. But check marking these boxes activates those. It's very important to repair your equipment because it will end your durability. If your durability settings get past here. Protections. Now this is where you want to stack your potions. Go ahead and just drop your potions in here and in here. Use if your health gets built. Now I will be setting my settings to 50%. Oops. Delete 50% and 70% because I'm a mana based character. If my mana drops too low, my mana shield will disappear. I will activate my food sources here. If health goes under 30% and if mana goes under 30%. Okay, now this is where if you had heal spells, you can drop them in here and adjust your settings as needed. Excuse me. Now, this is where you'll set your buffs. Autocast when not buffed. You want your mana buff. Autocast when not buffed, you want your racial buff. Autocast when buff ends. My fire shield. Autocast when buff ends. My mana shield. Now, as you can see, this gives me an increase to my fire damage. This gives me my mana protection. It's very important to make sure you put all your buffs in the right spot and in the right sequence. These buffs last a very long time, so you go ahead and set those to the front and it will cast them first. These buffs don't last very long, therefore you'll want to keep them in the rear because it'll catch it at the end of the cycle. Okay, you want to auto revive your pet, and if you intend to be doing a bot way long, like overnight, you'll want to grab some pet food and drop it in here and put your settings on your pet gorge, and this will auto feed your pet. Really not that important for this purposes, but okay. Here, if you're intending to bot in a party, you can set where you can heal your party members. You'll want to increase the range, of course, further than 10 meters. You'll want to set that to probably around 25 or 30 meters. And if you click here and say, if party members' health gets less than X%, you'll probably want to set that around 50 to 60. Auto cast this spell. If party that you're smaller, like heal over time spell. If party members' health drops below, say 40%, put your big heal in there. And you can even cast buffs by dropping them in here. Most time you'll be botting, you'll be doing it by yourself, so you'll want to set refuse all invitations and refuse all requests. That way the bot doesn't get hung up if some moron comes by and right clicks you and says join your party because I want to steal your experience. Okay, and that pretty much covers the basic setup. Now, a few things of note. This radius setting is from the point of origin, which means when you standing in the middle of the spawn zone and you click start, it will run up to 20 meters away from where you start in order to find a mob to kill. Okay? It will also move up to 20 meters away to pick up loot. So it's very important to pay attention to where you actually start your bot at. Okay, and since I've got all my settings set up here, let me double check everything. Yes, that all looks good. I'm going to go ahead and close this and teleport out to my farming spot. Teleport to, where is it? Oh, here it is down here. La la la. We need to run out here. Also, important thing to note, you must be level 60 to use the bot. I did not know that, but that is something that I just discovered today. Okay, this is one of my favorite little bot farming spots here. As you can see, there's a goodly spawn of ogres. And there are no aggressive mobs around. Oh, it's very important. Oh, this is something I forgot to mention. Going into your settings, user interface, you will find creature name. It must be on show. Because if it cannot read that it's an ogre right here, it will not engage the target. That's very important. You must have that on. So, also, if you're going to be using foods, while you're botting, you cannot be mounted or you will not get the regeneration factor. Okay? So once you're here, as you can see, all you have to do is go ahead and click or hit on your keyboard Control+Z and it will start your bot. As you can see, it summons the pet, applies personal buffs, and sometimes it takes it a second to get through all the buffs before it starts fighting. And as you can see, it has engaged the scrolls, so it will burn up. And trust me, it only takes about 90 minutes to burn through these mobs. Why is it not using my mana shield? That is odd. Okay, I just manually engaged those just to get them turned on so that when the buff... Oh, that's why. Because it's set to when the buff ends, it'll recast it. So you have to begin that manually, I guess. And that's pretty much the setup. You just let it go like that, and it will take care of itself. There you go. Have a nice day.